Hello folks, welcome to the Sunday message from the Cathars. Those who listen are heard. This is one of the main characteristics of a dialogue. In a dialogue, both parties involved must speak and listen, otherwise it will become a monologue. Also, dialogue is the foundation of a living spirituality. In scientific terms, we find out that anthropologists consider dialogue as a fundamental aspect for human beings. We long for friendship, for companionship. Humans need to communicate, and we crave to have someone to listen to us, to be understood. And at a soul level, we crave speaking to God. And we may ask ourselves, but how can I achieve this kind of dialogue with divinity? Well, we can think about when we were born physically. We didn't know how to speak, and we learned speech from our parents. Later, we learn how to dialogue and communicate with different people, and we realize that we communicate differently with, for example, with a politician, with our family, with our teacher, our friends. We realize that there are different types of dialogue, but in order to communicate with God, we need to be spiritually newborn. The communication with God is another level, much higher, and this dialogue will transform our daily life into something sacred. And as Cathars, we believe that nowadays it's John Bogomil who is restoring this kind of dialogue with divinity. Everything that he does, from the books he writes to the music he plays, is a constant dialogue with divinity. And also, as much as we crave to speak to God, we also crave to be listened by Him. Somehow, I think it's the most important thing for us, because many times we feel disappointed. We don't understand the language of heavens, and we thought that God is despotic and He doesn't care about us. That's why we feel that even we pray, we speak to God, we are not listened by Him. But what if divinity does care about us and has been sending messages to us, but we couldn't recognize the answer? And that's why one of the main goals of John Bogomil is to present to people and share with people the divinity that listens to us, that cares about us and speak to us. Because there were a lot of people and culture that had this living dialogue with divinity. And for example, one of them was the Toltecs. And they had like a full pantheon of divinities, and one of them is called Teteo Inanna. And this name can be translated as the one who hears. It's just beautiful, this name, because it means that divinity listens to us. And I want to share with you a few lines of the book American Atlantis from John Bogomil, because he said, "The one who hears is magnificent. It is touching the way her hands are positioned, held up to her ears." And she said, I hear you, my dear child." Her mouth is open because she replies straight away. So dear friends, we invite you, and you are more than welcome to visit us in our communities in Europe, in America, wherever you are. We will be very happy to share with you the practices that restore this living dialogue with divinity. And now this is more than possible because heavens are completely open to restore and to have this dialogue between divinity and us. So let's start this dialogue. Feel free to leave your comments, and we will be delightful to answer you and to get in touch with you. Peace to you, dear friends.